Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first ever podcast of R&J Podcast out of the gallery here in San Benito. Across from me is Julio.
A huevo.
A huevo. And I myself is Rob. Just a quick introduction to who we are and what we do. Julio, you want to start off?
Yeah, for sure. My name is Julio Vasquez. I am in the wrestling business. I am known as the CEO of Wrestle Vlogs. Right now, I'm not doing Wrestle Vlogs. I'm not doing anything particularly with Wrestle Vlogs. But with this podcast and more, we'll be doing some content over for Wrestle Vlogs. But anyways, for Wrestle Vlogs, what it was or what it is a YouTube page that I started off going to different shows in the valley and across the state to promote pro wrestling and to promote the local talent that there is around here, as well just to promote the shows, to see the wrestlers, who they are, get to know them a little bit better. I would do just the vlogs to show the experience of what it is behind a show, as well. I would do interviews with the pro wrestlers and wanting to let them know who they are and pretty much as well do highlights, whatever you can think of in regards to content. But yeah, that's what I would do, just go all over the state. I did meet up a lot of people that are already now in WWE, AEW, Noah in Japan. It's been a great experience, and I started it back in 2019, but in this time I haven't been traveling around. Decided to take a break, but we can talk about that in later on, or probably in this podcast.
That's great, man. So how did it go during like the whole COVID situation?
So during COVID it was tough. I remember the first because it was already first year. I would say, yeah, our first year, because we started back in 2019. Our first vlog was in Corpus Christi, Texas, with Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance. Shout out to Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance with Ben Galvan and the Galvan family. And that was our first vlog, 2019, whatever. Then when we went around the state, around the valley, and stuff like that. So when COVID hit, our last show, I believe, was in San Antonio with a promotion formerly known as Heavy Metal Wrestling from back in the days, because they're not active anymore. So that was our last show, and that's when COVID started going around. I don't know if you remember that time where they said that COVID was in San Antonio or something like that here in Texas. The first case was in San Antonio. Bien cagaleros, I'm a very cagalero person, and we're just going around. I think we have that in one of the blogs, but that was the last one. And then after that, we didn't really go to any other shows, because that's when it started closing down. Shows closed down, promotions shut it down. Some wrestlers, after COVID, they didn't wrestle anymore. They decided to venture in other things. On our end, what we ended up doing podcasts. We ended up doing sessions, wrestle block sessions. We would do like Zoom calls with different wrestlers, pretty much like an in-depth interview. There were some that gave us some pretty good stories. There were some that were like, actually, there was only like 2 guests that flaked on us, but it was all right. But that's what we did. In the meantime, we did the sessions. I think around September, that's when we started vlogging back. We returned over with, once again, Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance. And they had a wrestling show, but they had it outside in their original venue. And it's pretty much, there was like, it was like parked cars. I don't know if you've seen it like how in the movies they have it.
Yeah.
How those drive-in movies, pretty much this was a drive-in wrestling show. And it was a pretty cool experience, because it wasn't really done around, and that's what started the initiative. And then little by little, promotions were coming back. But yeah, what we had to do to survive over with the COVID was to at least do something, not stand there. It was like, oh, well, we can't go outside. What kind of other content we do? So with one of the co-founders of Wrestle Vlogs, Adrian Zilla, me and him, we started over Wrestle Vlogs, and we started like, man, let's just do like Wrestle Vlog sessions, shit and whatever. It's like, yeah. And it came out pretty cool. We only did a season. We were going to do 2 seasons, but we just let it go because we were already going back outside.
So for those of you who are followers of Julio and his Wrestle Vlogs, You're going to be doing your own podcast, right? The sessions, WrestleVlog sessions here pretty soon.
Yeah, that is correct. The WrestleVlog sessions will be coming back pretty soon. We'll try to do with here with Robert. We'll try to do some reactions, watch some pay-per-views, some highlights as well. I'll try to bring over some guests, some wrestlers here in the Valley, and a lot more. See what we can do on that. I will be stepping away from doing the vlogs and stuff like that. But I think this could be pretty cool.
So for these of you guys out there who are fans of wrestling, especially local wrestling here in the 956, go ahead and stay tuned for more to come. Now, as far as me, some of you may not know me. My name is Robert. I am a photographer, I guess.
Yeah.
No, I'm a photographer. The RH Photography and owner of the gallery here in downtown San Benito. We are a photography and creative space. Mm-hmm. So anybody interested in doing their own podcast, please feel free to give me a call, send me a message, pigeon mail, whatever.
Yeah, whatever it takes. Yeah.
Send me a message and we'll set you up and get you going to start your own podcast as well. The whole objective is get San Benito creative, right?
Yeah, that's what it's missing, man. San Benito needs more creativity. You do see just other cities having creativity and stuff like that, even their own little characters. But yeah, San Benito.
Speaking of characters, man.
Yeah.
Bronco 956.
Bronco 956, yeah. That's an example.
What's up with that?
Man, I don't know, man. I do listen to Bronco, of course, in Monterrey. But when I first heard of it, I was like, "What the heck?" Like,
now,
who's this guy?
Now, I am not a. I'm from the Valley. But I never really grew up like really listening to. Like I would listen to it, of course, like Tejano and Norteño or whatever.
Tex-Mex,
but I wasn't like actively looking for it. I wasn't like jamming out to it. Like my upbringing was like Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Metallica, Jane's Addiction, right? It wasn't Bronco or anything like that,
Pesado
right? No, I mean I knew who they were because through quinceañeras, weddings and whatnot. But I wasn't like going out to Walmart and buying like their CDs or cassette tapes back in the day, right?
Yeah.
So I had no idea what like Bronco 956 or who he was or what. I don't know if this guy was part of the band or not part of the band.
So apparently it was that he looks like the singer. He looks like the singer from Bronco. That's why they're allowed Bronco 956.
I guess, man. But it's a trip. It's a trip. I mean, I think it all started initially, like most things always do. And I'm pretty sure it will start for us like that same way too. You'll have those people who will laugh at you.
Yeah, definitely.
I was one of those. When I saw the video on Facebook, I was like, "What the hell is going on?" Right? Like, who is this guy? And he was, I guess, a meme. Like, he was a living, talking meme, right? And to what extent he knew whether he, like some people took it real seriously, like, right? And then some other people are like, they realize what they're doing is silly, and they go, they embrace that. So I don't really know who he is. If anybody knows him, we would love to bring him in and talk.
Yeah.
Bring him in and get his story.
Sí, por seguro vamos a traer el que conozca al Bronco 956, se lo traigan.
Directo de San Benito, Texas.
San Benito, Texas, un concierto.
Bronco 956. Yeah, we would. Does he sing or does he just do like that little shoulder?
Yeah, he does that like the little shoulder dance.
Little shoulder dance.
Yeah, I think he's just more of a dancer, more of a persona that just goes there and starts dancing and stuff like that.
I think he started off. He started off with just being that.
Yeah.
And then you see him part of marketing. Like local businesses are using him to market. And people were paying to go out there to the flea market and dance with him.
Yeah.
Now I get it. A lot of people are just doing it for clout. Anything for the gram, anything for TikTok, nowadays. Trying to jump on somebody's fame to get their own little, attention.
I would do that back in the day, but in a different way. I don't know if you remember when I had the section in wrestle vlogs. Mark the Mark would always get chopped.
Dear God.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know, and coming soon, we'll probably post up more video and do stuff like that. But Julio would go out and actively allow these wrestlers, these pro wrestlers, to slap the shit out of him.
Oh fuck!
I mean, it would be across the chest, right? Bare chest, no shirt, and I mean, I would see videos of you and like not only guy wrestlers but like women,
Females, yeah.
and I think those are the ones that hurt the most, right? Because they would just like lay into you, man. I would see like the welts across her chest, and this is before I knew you. Right?
Yeah.
And it's so funny how like you see a video, and you're like, what the hell this idiot is doing? And lo and behold, like you are sitting across from me talking, you know? But I think that's what happens, man. Like, sometimes the things we do may come off like, I don't know, man, like whatever. But it's what you do with that kind of distinguishes you from other people.
Different. Yeah, exactly. And that's something I did. Now I'm not doing it anymore, of course. Like I mentioned, not recording or anything like that. I do have a friend from Corpus that is doing it now. I did pass him over the throne. I did give him permission of doing it. Shout out to Tabos Adventures over there on YouTube. But yeah, I gave him that permission and stuff like that. But going back into like using that, it's sometimes that helped me to get a lot of connections, to get to know a lot of people and stuff like that. You know, and I would always do in Corpus with Gulf Coast Wrestling Alliance. And
you know who you reminded me of when I first saw your video?
Yeah.
You remind me of that kid. I don't know his name. He may have like a little bit of Down syndrome, I think. I'm not sure. The something superstar. He jumps off the tables.
Pinche Superhuman.
Superhuman. Okay, so if you're listening to this and you want to get a kind of quick reference,
Whoop whoop.
whoop whoop. Go to YouTube, look up Superhuman. And it's this guy. I don't know what his deal is. I don't know if he's like a backyard wrestler or what, but he'll climb on to like a table or something. And then he calls out his juggalo and juggalettes, you know, and then he'll jump he'll take the shirt off and he'll jump onto like barbed wire, fluorescent tubes, nails,
air
conditioners, like, and every time it's like you can tell he's in pain. And there'll be like 2-3 months that go without a video.
Yeah.
And then he'll come back, you know, with scars and.
Todo el pedo.
He reminds me of like a Mick Foley.
Yeah.
You know, like Mankind. You know, when during that era of WWE. You know, where he would use ladders and tables. And
then that was that when it was Cactus Jack.
Cactus Jack. Yeah, Cactus Jack. But again, what do you do? Okay, you have people's attentions, and then what? What do you do with it? You know, and I think that's where like Bronco 956. I think there was like Johnny
Depp.
There was a Johnny Depp 956 that showed up. And then even here in Harlingen, there's a guy. I think he goes by the name of like Cheech. Like Cheech, South Texas, or STX, or something like that.
Yeah.
He does a great job. Like if you see him, he does a great job playing Cheech Marin. Like right, like for our older generation, everybody knows who Cheech and Chong is. Right? Yep. For younger crowd, completely lost because I brought up Cheech before to younger people, and they're like, I have no clue. Right, but. It I guess it depends on what you do with that. Okay, you have my attention. Now what? How do you keep it? That's the name of the game, right?
Yeah, just to keep a following. That's the thing. Once you grab people's attention, you still gotta keep it going. Yeah. But then again, I think we talked about it the other day. For example, with Bronco 956, it's gonna keep happening, and they're gonna forget about him.
Yeah, like soon. How long would that fame last if he doesn't jump onto something?
I would say 3 months. 3 to 4
I think
months.
less. I think past. I think once because he just popped off like this year. Like this past month, and already I see less and less posts about him.
Oh yeah.
You know, because for a week or two, there was just nonstop videos being posted, and then now he's kind of gone away. I know he came out like in a music video.
Yeah,
like
he did.
Like a local band like put him in the music video.
Yeah, and then also like in a movie.
In a movie, bro. So that's good, man. Like it does sound like he's making the best of it.
Oh yeah, dude, like he's taking advantage of everything of that, which is good, publicity and stuff like that. And that's when fame gets you, was take advantage of it before.
Take advantage of it,
Se
yeah.
va.
But but how long can that sustain? You know, how long can you sustain that one persona?
Yeah.
You know, especially like a lot of people don't know who Bronco is. Like I didn't know who Bronco was. But anyways, man. So what else has been going on this week? Lots to talk about.
Tom Brady.
Yeah, fuck Tom Brady.
So yeah, Tom Brady finally decided to retire for the second time. But I don't know. I have a feeling we're gonna end up seeing him like in the Canadian League or something.
Nah. I think he's done. I think I think I saw a picture where his wife is with another guy already, and you know, whether she's doing that out of spite, I don't know. Maybe they had a talk and said, hey, we'll come, we'll get back together, or we'll make it work if you retire.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing to prove. Like last season, like he finished on top, and I felt like, as much as you love the game. I think it comes a day where we all have to say, time to hang it up.
Yeah, no, I just felt like he se le subió a little bit more than what he had. And I think, he still, either way, he thought that he was going to go through. But honestly, it is the best for him to retire. He has a lot of money, like sponsorships and everything.
Man, sometimes it's not even about the money.
Yeah, but still, like, it's best for him to retire, He's already a Hall of Famer as it is, records and everything.
Yeah, he's got records. Even though most of the Super Bowls have a little asterisk on it, man. This guy's a cheater.
Oh, yeah.
Tom Brady's a cheater. Deflategate. The 1 year they were recording video of the other team, or
the practice squad, practice facility.
I'm like, how many of those championships were like? I think every championship that he won, the team and even him, right, had to pay a fine for cheating.
Yeah.
So, like, you won, but you had to cheat to win.
A hueva. You had to use some cheat codes or something.
No, man. Like, shit, man. A lot has been going on this past week. I think we had talked about, and it was a little bit. I think it's been a week now, and I'm not sure how old this story is going to be once people start. They hear this podcast.
Yeah.
That girl, remember her name? The little. Okay, so TLC. The Turner Learning Channel, whatever it's called, right?
Apparently the Learning Channel.
The Learning Channel, right? What do you learn? Not a damn thing. They're always exploiting these people, right? They're always showing like, I think it's these people like My 700-Pound Life, right?
Or 90 Day Fiance.
Or 90 Day Fiancés, and they show a guy with no neck,
big head,
yeah. So they're always showing like, these people, right? That like, what in the world? They showed that. Remember, they had those twin girls. They were attached at the head, I think, or the shoulders, or something like that. Just recently they showcased this one girl. She's 22, and I'm trying to see if I can remember her name. But the whole gist of it is, it's this girl. She's 22 years old, but she's stuck in the body of a 10-year-old.
Oh yeah.
So her body like never matured.
Yeah.
Right. It got stuck at a certain age. So if you see her, she looks like a little 10-year-old girl.
Uh-huh.
Nothing like no deformities, nothing to indicate that there's something wrong.
She looks normal.
She
in
looks,
the picture.
you know, like a 10-year-old girl.
Yeah.
But she's 22.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So she made an appearance on that TV show on that TLC channel.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently a guy saw her. And I guess he fell in love. This guy is like 22, 23, about the same age as she is.
Yeah.
Sent her flowers and all this
He's been
stuff.
a simp.
He's
But yeah.
and now they're dating.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It just came out, I think, last week that they're dating. And already the question is, you're a 22-year-old guy and you're attracted to... And I understand. Maybe he fell in love with the story, right?
Yeah.
Let's give this guy the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he fell in love with her and the story.
And for the person who she was.
For the person who she was, right? And she is a sweet girl. Like I saw the story, I saw the video. She's a sweet girl. I mean, but she's in a predicament. Like, you know, she wants to do everything that a 22-year-old is doing, but she's stuck in a 10-year-old's body. But aside from like liking a person for the story, right? That might have won him over. But bro, the physical attraction. I mean, we all have to have some physical attraction to a person in order to like complete that circle, right? You know, like you can like somebody for who they are, but if there's nothing clicking there, like physically, you know, you get friend zoned.
Yeah.
You know, you ever heard that? I love you as a friend.
Oh, too many times, man.
Too many times.
I'm
right.
too used to it.
Too used to it. So now I don't know if their relationship has become romantic in that sort, in that kind, but you have to like question. I'm like, bro, you know. Oh, here we go. TLC star Shauna Ray, 22-year-old who looks like she's 8, talks about dating.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now here too.
And guys, you need to like, you know, if you want to know what we're talking about here, again, Google Shauna Ray, 22-year-old, looks like an 8-year-old. But again, on her side, is it fair? Like, is it fair for her to not, like, you know, find love?
I believe not. I feel like everybody has a right to find love and try to find a pursuit if that's.
But she looks like she's like an 8-year-old kid.
Yeah, but at the same time, she still has like the right to find someone. You know, not all your life you're gonna, no matter what the condition is or whatever. And yeah, she looks like an 8-year-old kid. I am looking at it right now, but if she just wants to.
Now let's turn this around.
Uh-huh.
Let's flip this around. 23-year-old guy. Body of an 8-year-old. 22-year-old girl.
Sign me up, that.
What do you do?
It would be the same thing.
No, will we have double standards, or will we have like, you know, how would that work?
It just depends on how one person views it. You know, like everybody has certain points of views and stuff like that. In that case as well, if it's still roles for switch, I mean, it would have been the same thing, right? But of course, if it's the other way around that we're talking right now.
But are they? Because okay, so here in the Valley, just about like it feels like just about like every week, we're always getting these like I'll see it on Channel 4 Facebook.
Yeah.
You know, or like, you know, Mercedes teacher arrested for inappropriate relationship with student.
Es que andan caliente.
But then you see, but then it's like a male student and a female teacher.
Yeah.
And then you read the comments, and the majority of the comments are like, "Orale,"
A huevo.
you know, like,
or the ones where it's like, where was this
that's
teacher?
my boy, or where was this teacher when I was a kid, right? When I was in high school. But when it's the opposite, like, because this, like these teachers are like 22, 25, they're in
They're
their
still
20s.
young.
They're still young. Young teacher, inappropriate relationship with a student. Everybody's against that.
Yeah. Yeah, como te digo, it just depends on how it is. For me, if it's like that, I'll be like, pues, que se pasó de verga.
You know what, man? At the end of the day, I think with this girl,
Uh-huh.
it all comes down to, like, does her parents accept it?
Yeah, that too. And as well, if she se tiene que aguantar, she's gonna have to hold for people to criticize her and stuff like that, because that's what she wants,
People are gonna criticize, man. People are gonna criticize. Because again, you see this photo, and you could swear she's a little girl.
Yeah, she looks
elementary.
Yeah, she looks nothing like 22.
You like nothing like 22, and but again, that's the question. Like, what part of her is this guy? And is the relationship gonna last? Because I don't know whether she can have kids or not.
Yeah, due to her condition.
I don't know if her full body has matured or just the outside appearance.
Yeah, that's that thing too. I'm just reading here the article. Oh, because the first thing I found here, it says something about creeps, if she could spot creeps here and stuff like that.
Yeah, because look, I would imagine you have a lot of.
Oh yeah, it's the same article.
Yeah, I can imagine there are a lot of creeps.
Yeah.
Who find this as a possible way to circumvent their attraction, right? Like, okay, she's 22, but she's not.
Yeah.
Maybe this guy is authentic and didn't signal off her creep radar. We don't know. We're just going based off
based on what we read,
what we're seeing.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's crazy, man. Like, I don't know. You ever been in a relationship where it just doesn't make sense?
I've had.
Well, it doesn't make sense. Like when people see you, and you're like, that doesn't make sense. Like, and maybe they won't tell you, but after y'all break up, they'll be like, dude, like that you and her just didn't make sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I think. Yeah, one of my most recent ones. Yeah, but I know what you mean.
You gotta be careful because, RGV is it's small, man. She'll be listening and like, oh, what did he say?
Especially San Benito. Nah, but at this point, I'm already used to so much heat I had in wrestling. I'm already used to any type of heat I get.
No, man, but I don't know, man. It's like, I feel like last year we had this whole, like, every month there was a new crisis.
Yeah.
Killer bees. It was like California had these like killer wasps, right?
Was this 2020 no?
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, 2020 was
like, back in like February.
Yeah.
And it was just like one thing after the other. And now that we've hit 2023, I'm like, what's the crisis for this month? What was it? February was Chinese spy balloon.
Spy balloon.
Spy balloon.
What you think of that, man?
Stupid. That shit should have been like knocked down. Like, look, this is the scary part. I mean, we both look. We're spying on China. China is spying on us.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that, right? This was like the first time it was like blatantly obvious
in public
view. Yeah. Right. What the messed up part about it was that nobody knew about it until an airliner, a pilot, reported it. Right. The pilot was flying. Commercial pilot was flying. Calls it in to the tower. Hey, there's like a weather balloon or something flying at 30,000 feet. And now, did the U.S. government know about it and didn't say anything about it?
Maybe.
Or, again, were they caught with their pants down?
Yeah, because yesterday, well, switching to the channels, but through the news, they're saying that this had happened before, but not publicly. Yeah, until now. And it's kind of scary because you start questioning things, you know?
It feels like more and more I find myself questioning the government more every day now.
Yeah.
Because, and I don't know, it's because we become more informed now.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that when they say something, especially Joe Biden, man.
Yeah.
Look, he should have never been president. And I'm not saying like, oh, he didn't win the presidency or whatever. That's a lost cause, you know.
Yeah.
I'm just saying he should have never been president.
Mm-hmm.
You know, going into that whole realm, he had brain surgery, man. But back when he was younger, the dude had a stroke and had brain surgery. And I'm finding more and more people, elected officials,
Mm-hmm.
mainly on the Democratic side, who are, who their mental facilities are not, you know, sparking on all, you know, 6 cylinders.
Up to standards.
Up to standards. Fetterman, right? He just won. Granted, I mean, he was running against Dr. Oz, which another idiot,
Yeah.
but for different reasons, right? For smart guy, but politically, he was an idiot.
Yeah.
No, the Fetterman won. Even after having a stroke, he doesn't know where he is.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't know what he's talking about. He'll stutter, kind of like Joe Biden. Joe Biden will be talking about something, and then he'll pause. You can see his like eyes trying to figure out like
What's next?
what's okay. What was he talking about?
Uh-huh.
And then he'll just, anyways, and then he'll, you know the thing
Yeah.
about the thing, you know. I was like,
What
dang.
thing?
And then you have like people like Nancy Pelosi,
Mm-hmm.
who, again, they're almost 90 years old, and you know they call her like the drunk, but I don't think she's drunk. I think she's just, you know, she slurs, she's doesn't know, gets lost, you know. It's worrying that we are no longer voting for people we're no longer electing people who are the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
We're voting them just because they're part of this political party. They're part of my team, or they're part of, or or they represent this idea, right? Even though they're not the right person for the job.
Yeah.
They are being given the job, right? And I think that's dangerous, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know how we got here to this point.
It is, man, especially with their health. They don't know what they're doing. I mean, I'm not too much into politics, but I do agree with what you're saying. But more it is that with their health, like, they're putting us in jeopardy, you know? Like, I feel like if you got to be elected, you got to, pues, at least be up to date, you know? Como tú dices, up to date to their health.
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know. I think more younger people need to step up.
Yeah, that's that too. I think there need to be more younger representatives. That is the thing.
Because again, we're in the next 5 years, we're going to hit a period where the majority of our elected officials will be over the age of 80.
Yep.
You know.
Ya, no, hombre, a ver qué. Se hace desmadre en medio.
Hey, Julio for county president, or what was it called? County judge.
County judge. I'll make it legal to, I don't know.
Dude, Texas is to legalize pot.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not even like a political thing. That's just like more of a medical thing.
Yeah. No, I do agree. I do feel that they need to legalize it more for a medical thing. Because there is other states that have it and they don't have as much problems as the states that don't really legalize it, you know?
So, anyways, man, moving on. What else has been going on this week?
Pues well, what happened last week? Let's talk some wrestling in the Royal Rumble, man. What you think?
Dear God, man. Look, okay. Truth be told, a lot. It's been a long. It's been a long time since I've actively like sat down and watched wrestling.
Yeah.
Like I'll watch it here and there, but not. And I have lost track of who's who and what's the storyline, and right. But I said, you know what, the Royal Rumble was coming on, and it's on Peacock. It's on, everything's streaming now, man. I don't even have cable. I don't have a TV. I don't watch TV. Everything if it's not streaming, I don't watch it.
Yeah.
But Royal Rumble was coming on. And I said, yeah, what the hell, man? It's like $10 to get the service. I mean, back in the day, Royal Rumble wasn't a pay-per-view. It would have been like $60.
$50, $60,
$50, $60. So $10, you get the subscription for the month. Watch the Royal Rumble, maybe some few movies, TV shows, whatever.
Yeah.
Check it out. And it sucked. Like, the wrestling was sloppy. You could see, like, I think at this point, and then parents, if you have any children in the room, close their ears, right? Spoilers. But I think at this point, a lot.
Wrestling is real.
Wrestling is real. Santa's real. Okay, now get the kids out of the room. And then, but I think at this point, we all know that it's scripted.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Not to take away from their athleticism. They take the hits. They do amazing things in the ring. But they go in knowing who's going to win.
Yeah.
Right? And the times when it doesn't go that way, you can see, you can see the difference, the surprise in their eyes. But they go in knowing you're going to win, right? But they got to sell it to you. They got to sell it to us that they don't know what's going on. Everybody's trying their best.
Yeah.
But when there's a ring toss, right, or a double ring toss, you throw them against the ring, they come back, and then they toss and grab and throw you against the rings too, and then she goes, or the wrestler goes, they bounce off the ropes, and then you're already waiting for them with your head down for a toss. They like, bro, come on, man, you gotta time it a little bit better.
Yeah, you gotta keep it going, keep it continuous.
The whole Dominic Mysterio trying to do the Three Amigos, made famous by Eddie Guerrero.
Mysterio la raza.
He struggled, and I can tell that the other wrestler had to like flip himself over because he just didn't have the strength or to do it.
Yeah.
Right? When Eddie used to do it, Eddie would actually flip you, right? As long as you didn't fight back on it, you would flip, pick you up, boom, slam, flip, pick you up, boom, slam. Dominic, Mysterio didn't. He's a weak wrestler, and the only reason he's there is as a clutch to move the story forward. But if his name was not Mysterio and was not, which by the way, going back to the Who's Your Daddy era, Dominic looks nothing like Ray.
Yeah.
He looks more like Eddie.
Yeah, it's more like Eddie's son.
maybe Eddie was his dad.
Yeah.
But no, I just found it sloppy, man. And I get it. It's a lot of new wrestlers, right? WWE has lost a lot of people to AEW.
AEW and the Indies, and
so they had to kind of bring up a lot of people quick.
Yeah.
Some are good. The main superstars are good. But I don't know, man, when you compare them to like the Shawn Michaels and the Triple H's and the Undertakers,
John Cena's,
Kurt Angle's, where everything was like smooth.
Yeah.
Right? You forgot it was scripted. Right? They made it seem like there was no seams in the fabric.
Yeah.
those matches were amazing because you honestly felt that they were fighting for the title.
Probably like a match from the modern era that reminded me a lot of that. It was back in, I think it was like 2 WrestleManias ago. It was the one where they just started coming back to do shows. The one in Tampa Bay.
I didn't see it.
No, didn't see it. So it was Roman Reigns, Edge, and Daniel Bryan. It was that triple threat. I remember seeing that match, and I've like not in. I don't really watch WWE that much because that's when WWE wasn't that much. It was kind of already building up with the Roman Reigns bloodline storyline and stuff like that. But I remember watching that match, and like I've never felt like excitement or like like whatever, you know, when because at the end of the day that match was won by Roman Reigns, but a lot of people wanted Edge to win. But it felt like a match that I've never seen in a while that WWE has produced before, and it felt so real.
I don't know. I didn't get to see that one. Like I said, I'm slowly getting back into it.
Yeah, we should watch it some other time.
and again, for those of you hearing this, and you know you're big fans of wrestling, stay tuned. We're gonna be doing a lot more cool stuff. Live reactions to not just new wrestling matches, but classics too. Hulk Hogan, picking up Andre the Giant. Those were one of the moments as a kid when I saw that match. I was blown away, right? Because you have like the Hulkster picking up this gigantic beast, you know, and this is before you knew things were scripted.
Yeah.
You know, but then now you see the documentaries about it and the behind the scenes where Hulk is like Andre is telling the Hulk, pick me up. You know? Yeah, man. You know, those were the best. I think those were the best matches. And I get it, man. Kids don't know better. Right?
Yeah.
Kids don't know better. So you see their excitement, and you kind of want to be a kid again. And I think that's kind of the reason why we, as an adult, we still watch wrestling. Yeah. Even though we know it's fake. We watch it not because of its realism. We watch it just to be reminded of what it felt to be a kid again.
Yeah, and entertainment, you know. Especially like the Lucha Libre. They have a lot more
Lucha Libres are like Mexican Lucha Libre.
Yeah. The circus.
That shit is... It's like... It's not even wrestling. It's just acrobatics.
Yeah. Well, it just depends who it is. I don't know if you're familiar with Negro Casas.
No.
Very technical wrestler, man.
My extent of Mexican Lucha Libre is like the wrestlers from the 60s.
Yeah.
Blue Demon. El Santo.
Radio Jalisco.
You know. Yeah. And then some of the ones most recently, maybe about 15, 20 years ago. Mil Máscaras, La Parca, Psicosis.
Yeah.
You know. And again, you watch them because of their comedy, man. Because they, I remember in high school, during that time frame, Saturday nights watching. I grew up in the country, bro. There was no going out, right? We had one car. That was it, man. So at times you were stuck, right? So you relied on TV to be your entertainment. And I would watch these Saturday night wrestling matches, right before WWF came out, or would come. I think they would come out like at 10 o'clock at night. And this is before like Raw and SmackDown. This was just standard WWF. And you would see these Mexican wrestlers just like flying, dude, like all silly, and it was funny, right? But. And then you would watch. Then when you would watch real wrestling, WWF with Macho Man and what's it called, Ultimate Warrior.
Yeah, but it's crazy to think, man. I did watch over those clips from the '90s, like from the cruiserweights from WCW and all of that. They used to move around like how you see wrestlers move today. Like you didn't really. It's kind of weird for me. It's like wow, like these moves have been done ever since back then. And some people are barely even doing them on this time, which is like crazy, Yeah. Well, for me.
So, what's some of the shit, man, because you promote wrestling matches. What's some of the shit that you go through when? Okay. What's some of the shit that you go through when it comes to like other promoters?
Oh.
Like or other people like in your industry. Like kind of trying to step on you.
Dude, I have so many stories, man. I would love to share that. So yeah, there is this one particular situation, and I'm gonna just shoot here. All right, so
Well, just
I'm gonna keep it low, but not really.
let's save all the great parts for Wrestle Vlogs.
Oh yeah, for WrestleBlock. So let me just give you one story about this one time that happened. This one time this promoter stepped on me. So we do matches with different promoters. We talk to them. It's like, hey, is it cool if we sponsor a match? We'll just pay the wrestler or pay whoever's in there and pay our champion or put our champion in a match or something like that. There's some promoters that are like, yeah, it's cool, whatever. Like they're cool because they know they're getting a free match, right? They're saving money. They're saving money because I'm paying for it and stuff like that. So I usually reach out to the promoters, or they reach out to me. They usually say like, hey, we're having this show here and here. You don't want to book your champion against whoever you want? And I tell them yes or no or whatever. And then this one time I came through with this promoter. He was looking for sponsors or whatever, but I was like, of course, sponsor is different from sponsoring for a wrestling match, according to some in the business. But I'm still giving out a free match, But anyways, I asked this guy saying like, hey, I know you're looking for sponsors, but I want to book a match in your promotion. You can book whoever wants to wrestle my champion and whatever, And if you want, I'll pay for their fees or whatever. And then he was like, nah, it's cool and whatever. But then he would always say like, oh, we're just trying to do it to promote over your brand and stuff like that. And in reality, yeah, I might do it to promote my brand, but at the same time, the reason why I invented the WrestleBlocks Championship was for to put over these wrestlers, these wrestlers that no one knew about. Honestly, I had a fallout with one of our former champions, and a lot of people were like, dude, nobody would have known who this person was because of you, because you put him everywhere, and even at big shows where people look at you a lot. But there are some promoters that step down for me, and also there's promoters and wrestlers that say that I shouldn't be doing it because I'm not a quote-unquote promoter, but I'm just trying to help out in the business. But right now in the business, not a lot of people appreciate much things, and that's something that does suck. But there is a lot of talk, especially because I'm a fan, and I do things that a promoter does, but that's the thing.
I've noticed that, man, and I don't think it's just like your business, but I think in a lot of businesses, there are people who just want to keep it the way it is.
Yeah.
They don't want nothing new. They don't want changes. They don't want to try something new. They don't, and then let's say you come along and hey, you want to promote, you want to do this, you want to raise the standard.
You're pretty much reaching out, yeah.
And that's when kind of like stuff comes.
Yeah, no, like he took it the wrong way. This promoter that I asked, like, hey, is it cool if I get you for a match, whatever. He took it the wrong way, but at the end of the day, he just said that and whatever, and I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And then after that, they just kept.
So is there like a lot of saltiness, like in the wrestling sphere?
Oof.
Like not so much between the wrestlers, but just within like behind the scenes, right? The promotions, the marketing, the everybody that has everything to do with getting matches going. Is there a lot of saltiness, or is it a community that kind of like wants to work together?
A lot of saltiness, man. Think about it, like the territory days.
Yeah.
A lot like that. So what the thing is, like, I'll give you an example, especially here at home, here in the Valley. There is 2 promotions here that actually it started off as one promotion, but then the members of this promotion just separated and did their own thing, right? But at their first year, they're all just talking crap and whatever and stuff like that, and so like, oh, he's training with me, whatever, he's mine. So this is a problem that is, especially in the indie scene. Let's say I come from a school, right? Let's say I come from the San Benito Athletic Wrestling School or whatever, and I want to go wrestle in Brownsville, right? And I go wrestle in Brownsville, but then my coach is like, "Oh no, don't wrestle there because you're mine or whatever." That's the problem that is going right now in the indie scene.
So that's the same stuff that happens even in the photography. Where now let's take this mind. I've been gone, right? I'm from the Valley, but I've been gone for what, almost 2 years, right? Moved to Dallas. This is like during COVID. Moved to Dallas, trying to, just work pretty much.
Yeah.
Moved back a few months ago. I don't know who's who, right? I'm not one of these people who are like looking at like who's doing what and who's shooting who and who's connected to this person, and because I don't care. I'm here to work. I'm here to do my own thing.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing I do too.
And then, like you start hearing, oh, this photographer, this photographer said this photographer said that, about you, and I'm like, who is he? Like I have no idea who he is, right? And so then I have to go like look them up, and it turns out it's just some guy, man. So this happened last night. Client reached out, said, "Hey, we have an event going on. We just need you to photograph the ceremony. We already have somebody to photograph, like the couples, right? All right. Like at the party, we have somebody at a photo booth to do like the couples photos. But we're gonna have a ceremony, and we just need you to cover that part, right?" I'm like, cool, not a problem. I'll go take care of it. So I show up. Party's already going. The other guy, he's doing his thing, right, at the photo booth, taking those photos. Time for the ceremony. The ceremony kicks off. I set myself up, and I'm taking the photos of the people.
Yeah.
Without giving too much away, right? Because I don't want to mention like location names or anything like that. Just kind of like trying to be vague here.
Yeah.
The guy, of course, everything stops, right? The music, everything stops to focus on the ceremony. The guy comes down from his spot and stand next to me to shoot, the ceremony. The ceremony as well. And the ceremony, they're naming off people, right? And the people walk up to the stage and they get their photograph, but not. I'm cool with it. He's not bothering me. He wants to take photos. He wants to go above and beyond. That's fine. As long as I fulfill my part of the contract for the client, I'm cool. Well, I step away for a second to get a different angle. No, just to try out a different angle. He moves in. He steps in like right center line. I come back. And, I'm standing there and I'm trying to get my shot, but I can't. And I let him know. It's like, hey, man, like, I'm the photographer shooting the ceremony. Can you move to the side? He gets upset. And he says, no, I'm the primary. I've been booked for this event. He goes, and I go, yeah, for the photo booth, not for this, right? I'm being paid for this. He decides to stand in front of me.
No shit.
And block my shot.
That's very petty.
Very petty.
Very petty.
So I take a step back, and there's like some steps. So I said, you know what? I'm in an event that's not my event. I want to be professional. I took a step back and I kind of climbed up, like 2 steps up high to get the above shot. He decides to put his hand up in the air.
What the fuck,
bro? To block my shots.
Yeah, it's pretty shitty.
But you know what, man? At this point, I'm used to it. I think that it's got to do a lot with the culture and maybe the economy, because everyone here is like fighting for that bone,
Yep.
right? While working in Dallas, big difference, right? I've come across more photographers, artists, models that are willing to work with you or collaborate or give you a hand and help out and believe. And I have friends, in the industry that are like that. But man, they're so far in the between that are willing to like lend you a hand to say, yeah, I'll go help you out.
Yeah.
Even though, their work might be superior to yours, they're still willing to be like, I'll help you out. I'll get you, with, even if it's holding the light, I'll help you out and I'll give you advice or tips. What I come across here a lot is a lot of saltiness, man. A lot of people are like, I've had in the past, I've had photographers like message me upset that why did I shoot with this person? That they belong to them. I'm like, do you have a contract? Are you an agent or?
Yeah.
No, that's just a model. That's just a girl that I shoot with a lot. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
I asked her. She said yes.
And it sucks, man. Going back into the wrestling version of this, because there is a lot of that, and it sucks because they do want to venture out, or for example, you do want to venture out and do different models and stuff like that, and there's people like that are petty, and it sucks, man, because as well it does affect the fans as well, because they want to see this person here, but like, oh, the promoter just doesn't want him out of here or whatever, it sucks.
Man, that's one of the things I think we have to change, especially in our culture, right? And I think the location's got nothing to do with it. I don't want to say Valley all the time. I think it's got to do with our culture.
And the ego.
We got to put that ego aside. We need to realize that, like, and it sounds cliche to say this, the whole rising tides lifts all ships. It does nothing to me to help you out, right? Except help me out as well. It does nothing to me to teach somebody how to take a better photo, right? I've had people tell me, like, why do you want to teach people how to take better photos? They're going to take your job. It's like, no, they're not. They're not going to take my job. If anything, they're going to better understand and appreciate the work that goes into taking, like, this kind of photo. Yeah. People don't understand that to get the great shots or the great ideas or how to put it together, that's you didn't get there like overnight. That is like years and years of trying different things. I look back at my work and I'm like cringe, right? Because I'm like, oh my God, that is so bad.
Yeah.
That sucks, But that's work from like 5-6 years ago. I would be more, how can I put it? I'd be more worried if I see my work from 6 years ago and it looks just like my work from today.
Just the same, yeah.
And unfortunately, man, that's what you see a lot. A lot of these, like, I know so sponsorship posters are a thing in the Valley.
A lot, yeah.
But once you go past like San Antonio, nobody knows what they are. Because when I first moved to Dallas, I was trying to sell sponsorship posters, and nobody knew what they were. Like, why do I need to sell posters? Like, to raise money? It's like, because they do it a whole different way, right?
Different approach.
They go by fundraising. They do fundraising events, right, throughout the year, rather than just everybody for themselves.
Yeah.
Right. And it's one of the things I've been trying to like put out there to different organizations to say, let's not focus on just one fundraiser for one team. Let's focus on doing fundraisers for the whole department. Not just well, the tennis team does their own fundraising, the football team does their own fundraising, soccer does their own fundraising. No. So it's a different mindset, right? So up there, they don't know about individuality. Like they have committees that are formed just for fundraising throughout the year, and they do everything from like auctions and giveaways and like dinners and party, like
different little things. Yeah.
So, and when I come down here and you try to express that, sometimes they don't want to hear you, man. Sometimes they don't want to do anything different.
Yeah.
And we got to change. We like that whole saltiness, exclusivity, like, oh, you're from so and so place, well, you can't sell here. You're from so and so, like, oh, you're from Bronzeville, well, we don't want your business here. No, man, bullshit. Like, I don't care where you are. I don't care where you're from. If your ideas and your business or your collaboration is going to help, let's do it. Let's work something out.
Yep. Yeah, man, and that's the thing. Let's mention not only in wrestling, but anything in general, in businessing and videography. As well as experiencing that same thing, not only in the pro wrestling scenes, but as well in videography. Because there's other people that started doing vlogs and interviews and stuff like that. There's just a lot of saltiness because it says like, oh no, like I want the promotion to get me better than whatever. Like, dude, I'll do it for free, dude. I always did like the ringside recording and everything for free, but then there's other people that are like, oh no, like I want to do it for this or that. But I just did it as a hobby. But anyways, going back to all of that, you just need to stop the saltiness. That's the biggest thing, and not only in wrestling but everywhere. Man. Yeah, and it affects. It doesn't affect only you, but it affects your customers.
Bro, even like in local government. There's saltiness.
Oh yeah.
Like commissioners won't work with the mayor because they don't like him, like on a personal level.
Yeah.
And what's it gonna do with getting the job done for the people?
It affects more the people than themselves.
It affects more the people than themselves, right? But again, you try to find out, like you try to ask, well, why did you vote no? Or why are you against it? Oh, because he's for it. Well, is it a bad idea? No, but I don't want him taking the credit.
Yeah. It's so stupid.
You know what? I mean, like you're hurting everybody for the sake of being salty.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what we call it. We should do like salty Sundays.
Salty Sundays.
Salty Sundays. We talk about all the salt in the valley.
Bro,
the salt life.
We can have a whole season on the pro wrestling business, man.
Dear God, man. No, but it's, yeah. If anybody here has any salty experiences, put it down in the comments below. You want to read those salty moments because it's out there, man. And it's just not like in photography. It's just not in wrestling, but everywhere.
Yeah.
Hey, but before we go, I want to give a shout out, dude. This used to be here in downtown. Used to be the old Rally Burgers. I'm not sure if you might be too young for that.
Yeah.
Rally Burgers or Checkers. So here in San Benito, we used to have rallies. It was freaking awesome, dude. The burgers.
Oh yeah, Checkers.
The burgers.
Yeah.
The burgers were good, but the fries. Like, you went for the fries because they were fried. I don't know if they were fried in, like, the burger grease or seasoning or something like that, but the fries were awesome. The fries were, like, dark and brown, because of the frying process.
Yeah.
But anyways, they're gone. They're still around, like, in the Midwest, up there. But so now they've been replaced by this place. And I've never been there before. I see them, but I'm like, man, whatever.
When you sent me the picture, I thought you were in Mexico. I was like, where's this guy
at? I'm in Mexico, bro. I'm in Monterrey. I'll be there shortly. No. So it was like, I think it was sometime last week. it was late. It was like 6, 7 o'clock, and I was like, I'm really all about promoting like small business.
Yeah.
Like I really am, when possible. I really am. I'd rather the hell with Starbucks, right? I would rather support local coffee shops. Have a cup of coffee, get to know the person, boutiques, haircut, everything. I'd rather go local.
Yeah.
Of course, there's some things that you have to go outside the city to get it done, but when possible, shop local. And I said, you know what? I've never tried this place out. I don't know what they're about. Let me just drive through and see what's up, right? So I drive through. The lady opens up the little window, and she has this. And I go, and I say, ma'am, in Spanish, I go, ma'am, tiene agua frescas? Like, ¿qué sabores tiene? Like, what flavors do you have? And she pulls up this little tray, bro, like this plastic tray with like 10 little shot glasses.
Oh, shoot.
Little plastic shot glasses, right? And she starts giving me one by one. She starts, here, try this one out. Try this one out. And this is tamarindo. And this is like agua de limon. This is lime. This is lime, agua fresca. This is lemon lime. This is the one I just purchased, like for right now during the podcast. It's crema de coco, right? Cream of coconut, right? So good, like so freaking good. I got you the melon, the melon. They have watermelon. And then they have like blends. There's one that's like coconut, apple, peach, and some other stuff, chai, and I don't know what.
Like a fruit punch, huh?
Like a fruit punch,
Yeah.
like an actual fruit punch.
Yeah.
Bro, so good. The lemon and melon, the watermelon and lime, like combinations that you never would have thought of.
Yeah.
So good. And what's cool about it is that they were giving you like free samples. You didn't have to like, can I try it? No. They already have them like stacked up.
You're ready to go.
She just lifts up. It's like little plastic shot glasses, and I'm just chugging, boom, boom, like taking shots of agua frescas, right? Bro, so not a paid sponsor. You got to make that clear. They don't even know we exist as far as podcasting go, right? But guys, if you are in San Benito, Texas, and you're thirsty for something different, because sometimes you get you get fed up with drinking Coke.
Oh yeah.
Or sodas. You want something fresh, bro. Agua frescas Don Chewy. So freaking good. Off of Sam Houston. If you get off the freeway, and you get off the freeway onto Sam Houston Boulevard, you'll spot it. It's right next to what was it? Right, AutoZone.
AutoZone, yeah.
It's in between AutoZone and the Dollar General.
Didn't they used to sell chickens or something there?
Yes.
Yeah, I remember.
They used to sell.
Yeah.
It was like a chicken. It was a taco spot.
Yes, taco spot.
It was a taco spot. They had pollo, and I think they used to like cook the chicken on the spot, like they had like a barbecue pit in the back.
Yeah.
So this spot, not only do they sell, because again they have like a huge menu, and it does look like something from Mexico, right? They sell like snacks. It's like a snack shop, right? They sell like nachos and Cheetos and hot Cheetos with like, I don't know what the hell
cheese and
people
cream.
are into these days, right?
Yeah.
And but they have like, I haven't had that yet. My whole thing is like the agua frescas, and I plan to try them all.
Yeah.
I plan to try them all. But guys, if you are definitely in San Benito and you're looking for an agua fresca, and it's a pretty good size. It comes in like in a plastic cup.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good size.
Pretty big size.
And it's like homemade. The guys, it's not powder. This is definitely not powder because, look, you can see the coconut.
Yeah.
In my glass.
Yeah, and I did taste the melons off of mine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 100% natural. It's not powdered drinks. Definitely a place to check out. And again, they're not paying me to say this. They're not. I don't even think they don't even know who I am.
They didn't know who we are until
they don't know who we are until later on. I'm pretty sure they'll hear the podcast. Like, oh my god, orale. Hey, we're on the R&J podcast.
First episode.
First episode. We made it. So that's like my. You know what? And moving forward, man. I think every week I want to give a shout out to a business.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool.
Shout out to a business, man. This and then the official first business of this podcast. Agua Frescas Don Chuy's. And look, okay, oh, cool. Look, they're in, according to the sticker, they are in Harlingen, San Benito, Edinburgh, Mission, Weslaco, McAllen, y Progreso.
I just noticed that I didn't see the cities.
No, I didn't either until like I'm like looking at it.
Until now.
Yeah. So it looks like they're valley wide, bro. Right?
Uh-huh.
If you want to give them a call, their number is 956-559-4198. And I don't know if that's a San Benito number or not, or that's just maybe like their main business.
Yeah.
But yeah, between AutoZone and Dollar General here in Sam Houston, in San Benito, Texas, definitely a place to stop by and grab your snacks and your agua frescas.
I'm gonna get a snack after this.
Yeah, go get some nachos, man.
Yeah.
What school did you go to? High school.
San Benito High, baby.
Yeah, Greyhounds.
The smartest.
No, hey.
No cap. That's cap.
No, a little too far there, buddy. Dude, that's another issue. I think for the next time we talk about that, everything's been going on with San Benito.
Yeah.
From principals quitting to information being leaked, computers being sold with all our kids' information on it. That's a whole other topic. Right.
Yeah. Can't wait for that, man. I heard about it. I was like, well, a lot of shit went down once I left.
Yeah, what's left, man? Like, what's next? Any business you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to a brand new gym that just opened in San Benito. As a lot of people know that I think there's like, what, 2 gyms here in San Benito, if I'm not mistaken?
Well, there's one here across the street from the gallery.
Across the street, uh-huh.
And
I think there's one next to churches, but that's more, I don't know. But anyways, guys.
Dude, why do they always put a gym next to, like, good food?
Oh, yes, it's cierto, right? Well, churches is not that good.
Bro.
So me, I don't like churches, man.
Bro, churches is the best.
I don't like the chicken. I like the sandwich, but not the chicken.
Church's chicken is the best.
Nah.
That's God's chicken. Or, you know, because it's church. Church's chicken. It's like el pollito de la iglesia.
Uh-huh. But anyways, I want to give a shout out to Body Fuel Fitness here in San Benito. They just opened up, I think, like last week. So what Body Fuel Fitness is, of course, it's a gym, but there is they do some classes. They do cycling, they do barbell classes, they do cardio and boxing classes as well.
Where are they by?
Body Fuel Fitness is by 3747 East Expressway 83 here in San Benito, Texas. If I don't know if some of the people from San Benito know the old 732 road before they started doing the curve.
Yeah, but the new one.
Yeah, they built a new one, but the old one is still there. So like, let's say you're getting off on the exit from, if you're coming from Brownsville, you get off on the Business 77 exit,
and then you turn that first curve.
Yeah, well, you hit the second
curve. Oh, it's where Matt's is.
Yeah, well, it's before getting Matt's.
Okay.
So you hit the exit that says San Benito Business 77. You go down. You pass the first light.
You pass that first DPS officer on the side.
Yeah, the first DPS, and then you go on the second one. You take a left, then you go, and then before you hit the tracks, you take another left. You take a right, and you hit the tracks again. So you keep going a little bit straight, and it should be there right on the right-hand side.
And again, none of these guys are paid sponsors.
Yeah.
We're just giving a quick shout out.
Yeah, for sure. Support local businesses, and it's an important thing. But once again, shout out to Body Fuel Fitness here in San Benito. They do classes as well, open gym. So come on and check them by.
You guys go work out there and you can see Julio working out.
Yeah.
Picking up his shorts so we can see his legs.
I will.
Bro. Like I get you want to see your gains, man, but come on, bro.
They'll show more soon.
Come on, bro. I mean, I go work out. So I go work out at Gold's Gym. Believe it or not. No, I go work out at Gold's Gym in Harlingen. But But that's for another reason. A lot of people may not know. You know, I'm a veteran. I got some injuries, back, knee injuries. So I'm forced to go to those places because they have the equipment, you know, for little or no impact, and then they have the aquatic room, which got like so you can kind of like do laps, you know, in the water, like no impact. But I've never found it necessary to photograph. Like, hey guys, I'm in the gym. You know, hey, I'm doing squats now.
Yeah.
You know, I'm doing this. I know a lot of girls right now on TikTok are posting like they're doing shit posts because we can't go to the gym without like all these guys like looking at us. I'm like, well, shit, you're wearing like this like almost see-through, super tight leggings and low cut top. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
You know, like. You know, and then you see these videos where these guys are like supposedly like harassing them, and all the guy is doing is like maybe checking her out from far away.
Yeah.
Like he's working out, but he's like turns to see her every now and then. You know, look.
Or like not really like look at her, but just look around. That's the thing I do get in the gym. I do like
A lot of guys looking at you.
Yes. Nah, like let's say I'm finishing my workout, I'm trying to rest. I just look around. If I spot anybody, like it's a natural thing to look around.
It's a natural thing.
Yeah.
Especially like if the person look. You know, I've gone to the gym and couldn't help but to like oh shit, you know that's a hot girl over there working out.
Yeah.
Or even if it's a guy, like sometimes a guy will come in and you know. In great physique, you know, and you know, all power to them. But you can't help but to look, like a bad car accident or a Ferrari.
Yeah,
you know, you can't help but to look at, you know, at either one of them. So now I'm not saying that what some of these guys go too far. Not saying that's okay. But come on.
Yeah.
Come on. You seen them. You seen the TikTok videos.
Yeah. And
girls, you know, working out in the gym with like, it's one thing to work out, it's another thing to go wearing like, you know, super, super tight, revealing.
But as well, it's one thing to go work out and one thing to go record. I mean, to me, you
know what they should do? You know how they have like a TikTok house?
Yeah.
They should have a TikTok gym.
Yeah.
A gym just for TikTokers.
You're giving me business ideas, man. But nah, it's a good idea.
Because look, California, they have these little mini mansions that are like, everybody living there is the TikToker.
Yeah.
Right? Everything goes. All the videos, content, everything's created. They share content. They help each other out. Now imagine having a gym that is just for TikTokers. Like you cannot go to the gym unless you're a TikToker. Like a fitness TikToker. Right? Because then, like, everybody there will be, like, doing their own thing with their own camera. And, like, the gym equipment can have, like, little, you know, connectors to you can put your phone instead of, like, you know, bringing your own tripod. It's an idea.
Yeah? Anybody listening to this? There's an idea.
Of course, if it was me, I'd be like, I'd do like a taqueria TikTok. Everybody making tacos.
But going back real quick to the to that situation with the gyms. I mean, como te digo, when I work out, I finish my set, I just look around, whatever, just like to chill out. You know, I look occasionally, see who's there and stuff like that. I do, even though, like I said, I do acknowledge when there's a hot girl or there's someone with a great physique. But then again,
but you acknowledge them and then you move on.
Yeah. But then again, something that kind of cringes me more is those people that put priority their recording instead of their workout or someone else's workout.
You ever been in Planet Fitness?
Oh, dude, I started off.
That's all there is.
I started off in Planet Fitness.
That's all there is. I started with Planet Fitness and like everybody on the treadmill is like walking like at the lowest setting. And they're live on YouTube or TikTok or Facebook Live, and perfume, cologne, like everywhere.
That's why I don't fuck with Planet anymore.
You know, I actually got kicked out of Platinus.
Oh, what you do?
I told this guy to like, because he was just on his phone and he had us like the dumbbell on the floor, And I said, hey man, put it back. You know, it's like so I can finish.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of got into it a little bit, and then I ended up moving on and went to the treadmill to kind of finish off, you know, my workout.
Mm-hmm.
And the alarm goes off. They have like an
The
alarm,
lunk alarm.
like a lunk alarm or
Yeah.
clunk or whatever the hell it's called, like a purple alarm, and it goes off. But I wasn't paying attention to it because I had my headphones on.
Uh-huh.
This guy walks up and presses the stop button on the treadmill, the emergency stop. And I look at him like, what the hell?
Yeah.
He goes, sir, you got to go. We don't support judging or harassment over here or whatever. I don't know, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And now I didn't get banned, or they just said I have to go for the night. I just never went back.
Yeah.
I said, man, the hell with that.
Was he here? Where was it at?
Here in Harlingen.
Here in Harlingen?
Yeah, this is a while ago. It's not recently. It was like maybe like 2-3 years ago.
Mm.
But it's only gym that I know that gives pizza out.
Well, they don't do it anymore. I don't think so. After
They don't
COVID,
do it anymore?
No, after COVID, they
Oh,
stopped.
that's right. Like, man, a lot of shit has, and I feel people are still doing it
Uh-huh.
and using COVID as an excuse. Like COVID's over.
Yeah.
Like well, it's not over, but
It's
Come on.
turned up to be the flu at this point.
it's the flu.
Yeah.
And condolences to anybody who lost a friend
Mm-hmm.
or family member or anything like that due to this virus.
Yeah.
But come on, like I think we're at a point now where I think the vaccine is doing more harm than good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, people are dying, man.
Yep.
Like for no reason. Heart attacks. Was that guy the Bills player?
Oh,
The New York
Hamlin.
Bills, Hamlin.
Yeah.
Now they say it was a hit. It was a hit to the chest. That's what
Uh-huh.
stopped it. But man, come on, bro.
Quién sabe? Different theories and stuff.
No, pues está bien, man. Look, this is our first podcast.
I would love to talk more about the gym, wrestling, but I think
Next
we do
time.
have a lot of
Next time.
to talk about.
Yeah, next time. It's our first podcast. We are maybe a little rusty,
Yeah.
but give it time, right? And if you guys have any suggestions of what we need to talk about or anything you want to bring up, leave it down in the comments below. We will definitely go through them. Criticisms, dislikes, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about those comments.
Yeah, for sure. It's just gonna make us do better content.
Yeah, we'll definitely do better content. And again, so this is the R&J Podcast here moving forward. I will have my own solo podcast, The Talk, RGV, and it's going to be more of a more serious discussion, hoping to bring in city politicians, local leaders, just how we talk about the things that matter when it comes to our community. Wrestle vlogs,
Yep.
sessions.
For sure, WrestleVlog sessions will be back. I think this time we'll be doing more experimenting.
Con drogas.
Some drogas. Nah, we're gonna bring, of course, local wrestlers, good friends of mine as well. We're gonna do reactions to videos and as well present Robert to more indie wrestling.
Dude, like I think that's one of my favorite ones, man. Like the small time wrestling,
Yeah.
because I feel like they're more thirsty, and they're trying to do it right. Like it's like college football. It's more exciting sometimes to watch than actual, NFL football, the professional football. That, well, I didn't want to go all out this week because, whatever. I was like, nah, go for it every week.
Yeah.
But that's why I love them. I love like the indie ones.
The indies are way
I
better.
love the indie wrestling. All right, guys, from San Benito, Texas, at the gallery. I'm Robert.
I'm Julio. A huevo.
I will. See y'all next week.